Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series, and it looks like Green-Red Ramp versus 4C Control. And Ramp is not doing very well right now. He does have a 4-3 Matter Reshaper, but he's only got 4 land on turn 6. Explosive Vegetation, that'll start to get him back on curve. He now has 6 lands, and he only needs 1 more to turn on the Shrine. But Control has a Sylvan Advocate and a Goblin Dark Dwellers. And there's his 6th land, so Sylvan Advocate's a 4-5. 6 mana. Oh, Chandra Flamecaller. She makes the elementals, and that's an all-out attack. 6, 10. Chump blocks here. So he's going to take 10 damage and go down to 8. Oh, man, this is... I don't think that there's an answer that he can play here that will save him. He's got 5 cards in hand. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come to think of it, Ugin could save him. But he'd have to have Ugin. Okay, let's see what he has. Oblivion Sower. Well, that exiles 2 land, Kolaghan's Command, Siege Rhino, and that's pretty much the game. Because this has Menace, so he can't block it. And he can make 2 elementals, so he's going to get through with 3 creatures. And he could man up the Shambling Vent as well. Roasting the Oblivion Sower. And Fiery Impulse to kill it off, and there goes his blocker. Not that his blocker was going to help him at all, so he concedes. Let's go to game 2. Okay, turn 3, map the waste from ramp. Now, one of the good things about this matchup for ramp is that 4C Control really isn't that aggressive early on. They do have the capacity to do it, but that's not the focus of their deck. So typically, Ramp has a little more time to work, which is what they want. The really aggressive decks like Red Deck Wins or White Weenie or things like that, can focus them down so fast that they never get a chance to drop their bombs. So against a deck like 4C Control, they typically have 1 or 2 more turns than they typically would, unless the control deck has a particularly aggressive hand. Infinite Obliteration choosing Worldbreaker gets rid of 4 Worldbreakers. So that's one of his early bombs that is no longer available to him. He still has Oblivion Sower. I'm trying to think. Oblivion Sower, Ugin, Ulamog, Kozilek. Explosive Vegetation gets him 2 more land. And he does have double Shrine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 land. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. 1 more land and he can drop Ulamog. So Control throws down a Siege Rhino, which is a decent option. Does a little damage, gains him a little life, and it's a solid creature. Except he had Ulamog. And that is pretty much the game right there. He goes for the lands since Ulamog's a 10-10 indestructible. Siege Rhino is never going to get through him. And back to Ramp, who pretty much has the run of this game now. Jotty offshoot. And pretty much anything that he plays from now on is just winning more. Explosive Vegetation, it looks like he doesn't have anything good in his hand. So Explosive Vegetation does two things. It gives him more mana, gains him life thanks to the Jotty offshoot, and it thins out his deck of lands so that he's more likely to draw something useful. He attacks in with Ulamog, which is going to exile the top 20 cards. And he doesn't block. He takes the 10 damage. Oh, I was kind of hoping that they'd get bigger. Oh well. And pretty much he attacks next turn, he blocks, loses 20 cards. Next time he attacks, his deck disappears, and if he has a blocker or not, he's dead. Matter Reshaper. And there goes another 20 cards. And he has to block here. That is one good thing for facing off against Ulamog, is it doesn't have trample, it doesn't have any combat ability to help him get through. He's just a giant creature with indestructible that mills 20 cards off your deck. Well, quote unquote mill. Ooh. Matter Reshaper found Kozilek. Oh, Kozilek's Return, sorry. Crackling Doom! Oh, man! Well done. Gets rid of Ulamog in the nick of time, except now he's down to 4 cards in his deck. I don't see it. He's not going to be able to pull this out. Another Matter Reshaper. I mean, now all the ramp deck has to do is buy time. Siege Rhino makes things a little more interesting. And now it's basically just that classic race that Ramp always has to worry about. It's just, in this situation, it's the exact opposite. Opposite time. So Rhino attacks in, Matter Reshaper blocks, and Crackling Doom. So he should have done that before he attacked so that he could have gotten the full amount of damage in. Because since he was declared as a blocker, Siege Rhino still, still tramples over, but he doesn't get to do... Wait a minute. Anyway, honestly, I don't think that it's going to matter a whole lot. I mean, this is ridiculous, though. Ramp is down to 9. Gets another Map the Waste. Not what he wanted right now. And Control is on 2 cards. Okay, goes straight into combat. Attacks in. That's the thing. He needs another thing to help him here. He has to play a creature here. Okay, Sylvan Advocate. That's what he needed to be able to win next turn. Or, another spell like Crackling Doom or Kolagon's Command or... Okay, Kozilek's Return. Didn't do anything, really. Though, if he can play something big, Kozilek's Return will clear the field and seal the deal. Well played. Oh man, that is insane! It came down to 1 turn. Well, 2 because he didn't die on the next draw. But holy crap! I thought the ramp deck had it. That was a ridiculous turnaround. It just goes to show you that you can still win the game with one card in hand or one card in your deck. Don't give up. There are possibilities. So, I'll end the video there. Game's over, obviously. So that was Red Green Ramp versus